Parsing is a natural language processing (NLP) task that involves analyzing the grammatical structure of a sentence and determining the relationships between the words. The goal of parsing is to represent the structure of a sentence in a way that can be understood and processed by a computer. This can be useful for tasks such as language translation, text classification, and information extraction. There are several different approaches to parsing, including rule-based parsing, probabilistic parsing, and graph-based parsing. Rule-based parsing. Rule-based parsing involves using a set of predefined rules to analyze the structure of a sentence. The rules may be based on the syntax of the language, and they can be used to identify the parts of speech and the syntactic relationships between the words in the sentence. Rule-based parsers are generally fast and accurate, but they may be limited by the coverage of the rules, and they may not be able to handle rare or ambiguous cases. Probabilistic parsing. Probabilistic parsing involves using statistical methods to analyze the structure of a sentence. The parser estimates the probability of each possible parse based on the words and their relationships in the sentence. Probabilistic parsers are generally more flexible and able to handle a wider range of cases than rule-based parsers, but they may be slower and less accurate. Graph-based parsing. Graph-based parsing involves representing the structure of a sentence as a graph, with the words and their relationships as the nodes and edges. The parser then analyzes the graph to identify the parts of speech and the syntactic relationships between the words. Graph-based parsers are generally more flexible and able to handle a wider range of cases than rule-based parsers, but they may be slower and more complex to implement. To parse a sentence, the following steps are typically followed. Tokenize the sentence. The first step is to tokenize the sentence, which involves breaking it down into individual words or smaller units. Part of speech tag the tokens. The next step is to assign a part of speech tag to each token, which indicates the role that the word plays in the sentence, e.g., noun, verb, adjective. Identify the syntactic relationships between the tokens. The parser then identifies the syntactic relationships between the tokens, such as the subject-verb relationship or the object-verb relationship. Represent the parse tree. The parser represents the syntactic structure of the sentence as a tree, with the words as the nodes and the syntactic relationships as the edges. Parsing is a complex and active area of research in NLP, and there are many challenges and open questions. Some of the key challenges in parsing include handling syntactic ambiguity, handling long-distance dependencies, and scaling to large datasets. Despite these challenges, parsing is a crucial component of many NLP tasks, and it has the potential to enable computers to better understand and process human language.